It's just a box in an empty studio, and that's exactly what a studio is. A big box waiting to be filled with anything at all. Now, I could fit 100 of those sitting rooms into this huge studio. It's so big. It's 29 metres by 32 metres. It's bigger than 4 tennis courts put together, and it's just absolutely enormous. And you could get at least 50 million tennis balls in here if you had to mind to do so, that is. Now, I wonder where John is. Hello, John.
I'm up here. More to the point, I could invite 384 people to my party. Now, I could sit them all in special seats, which are hidden underneath me here at the moment. Now, Blue Peter doesn't have an audience in the studio, so it's all tucked away. But programmes like Russ Abbott and the Bruce Forsyth's Generation Game would have an audience recorded here in the studio, so all the seats would be used. One place the audience wouldn't get to see is where Diane's about to reveal in a minute.
Yes. This is the production gallery where Richard, the director, and his team select all the pictures they want to see to be transmitted. And it's all been completely modernised to go with all the changes of Studio One. This screen of televisions along here, this is called the monitor stack. And this is where the director and his team can select what pictures they want from each camera to be shown on the main TV there. And it's all done, the physical way it's done is by the vision mixer here at Dinah. Now, Dinah, at the moment we've got us up on the main screen, and if we want to go on to 2 to John, what do we do? Press, and there he is. John, give us a wave.
Oh, cut to 4, Dinah. Give us a wave.
Oh, there's it. Hello.
Coming back.
Yeah, so that's how it all works.
Thank you, 4.
But this is the bit that I really like, this little concoction here called the charisma. And it's all a series of all these buttons here, it does all these fancy gadgets, and Adam here controls it. Adam, can I have a go at this? What do I have to do?
Try pressing the take button.
Right, well, here we go. Press that. Oh, it's making me go round, and it's quite a dizzy effect there. Hey, this is a bit like Top of the Pops, isn't it? I like this, quite groovy, really. And these are all the effects that you can have here. Where are we? Whoa, still swinging around. I'm getting a bit dizzy here. Whoa, and we're coming back to normal again. Great. So the director, Richard, over here, can talk to everybody during the programme. He's got a special mic there called the talkback mic, and we can all hear him on our earpiece. And I've got a special radio earpiece here, so I can hear him as well. And through here, this is it. This is the lighting gallery, and this is where all the lights in the studio are controlled, and this is where they look after all the technical pictures. There are 1,100 dimmers that are controlled, that controls all the studio lights, and there are so many, in fact, that they have to be put onto this special computerised panel here which organises everything. So that Mike, the lighting director, can tell at a glance what lights are on and what are off. He looks at this panel here. It's a sort of computerised panel, and it's got, against all these things here, it's got little lights flashing, and they show which lights are coming on and which are off. And you can see they're flashing on and off here. And they correspond to all the lights down in the studio, and so you can see what's happening down there. Look, there you go. When they're going on and off, our lights are going on and off there. Quite amazing, really, isn't it? I like that.
This is one of the cameras that was used in 1935 when the BBC started the first regular television service in the world. In those days, television was fuzzy and black and white. Technology has now moved on to this, one of the brand new cameras installed in Studio One. Its pictures are of a higher quality than anything we've used before, and it's all to make the picture on your TV set at home even sharper. Now this bit is the camera lens, here, and this bit is the camera. This is Kevin, and this bit is the camera mount, and there are all sorts of those. This arm here, which is huge, is nearly 29 feet long. It's enormous. That's nearly 10 metres. It looks like that arm on the shuttle, the space shuttle. And at the end, there's a camera. Okay, keep hold of your hats. You ready? Whee! Woo! And off you go. Now, there are 3 men at the end to swing it around this enormous studio. And the cameraman doesn't actually look through the viewfinder. He uses a remote control. Now, see if we can find Diane. Where are you, Di?
I'm up here. Well, what the well-dressed cameraman is wearing these days is this special harness, which means that he can follow me anywhere without the camera wobbling too much. I don't know about the lights, though. And if I even run, yes, he can follow me running as well. It's all such good fun.
Now, lighting this studio is like a marathon because there's an awful lot to light here. Now, studios don't have windows in them to let daylight in, so everything you see here is lit by TV lighting. There are over 1,000 lights in this studio, and they're all operated from the gallery, which is where Diane was a little bit earlier on. If you wanted to arrange where the lighting pointed to, you'd have to pull the light down to the ground.
like these 3 rows of lights here, which are all suspended on these things here, which are called barrels. Now there's about 20 lamps here, and this one at the back is the most common type. It has 2 beams of light. This here is the narrow beam spotlight. Turn it round. This here is the wide floodlight. Now the light colour is very important, and they're changed not by different colour bulbs, but by these things, gels. So we've had a bit of red, so we'll have a change. Dave, have you got any other colour? Yeah. Thank you very much, Dave. We'll try a nice little purple. So we'll put the purple down, slip it in. Easy as that, purple one. I think we'll have another change, shall we? We've got a different colour. Purple, I don't really like purple, not really my colour. Orange, well, we can see what it's like, I suppose. Thank you very much, Dave. Very kind of you. Pop the orange in. Whoa, nice bit of heat. So there you go. It's as easy as that. The gels may be easy to change, but inside each lamp are 5 bulbs. And this one here is the biggest one, which costs about £108. Now this here is a 1250 watt bulb, and it's about 20 times as powerful as your normal 60 watt bulb at home. So powerful, it's getting a bit hot standing here. So there's 250 lights in Studio 1. There's 5 bulbs in each. That makes a grand total of about 1,250 bulbs, which will need changing. So I don't fancy his job much. But have a bit of sympathy for the chap about 30 years ago, because this was what they had to change 30 years ago. A lot simpler nowadays. Now for the fun bit. Here, it's like a toy shop. This panel controls the lighting, which makes the winches go up and down the hoist and everything. So I've been dying to do this all day. Are we ready? Up we go. Hey, hey. What a sense of power.
Okay, whoa, John, whoa, stop.
Thank you. Whoa, stop.
So it's obvious you need good lighting in a TV studio, but you also need a very special floor.
Indeed. Cameras have to be able to run really smoothly on their mounts to take good pictures, so the floor has to be very straight and level. So the engineers took great care when they were laying out this floor to measure it with spirit levels and lasers. But the Blue Peter technical wizards have come up with a much better idea to check the floor's level, and this is it, snooker. Now if I play a game of snooker on this, I'll see if the floor's level, because the balls will roll smoothly, and I'm not too good on snooker actually, so I've been told that I've got to hit the white ball, so here goes. Oh, yes, I think we've got a really nice smooth floor here. So that's my snooker debut. Well, Yvette said at the beginning of the show that the studio is just an empty box waiting to be filled. So we're just about to fill hers. So now open the doors and let's fill our studio. Woo!
Well, what better thing to drive into the largest studio in the world than the largest bus in Britain? This double-decker is called a mega-decker. Now, if you live in Mansfield, you'll probably be used to it around the streets, especially at the Sherwood Hill School and the Manor School. I do believe that it does pick you up in the morning and takes you home from school in the evening. So fingers crossed they've arranged for another bus to pick you up today, because as you can see, the mega-decker is on special duty here at Studio 1 in TV Centre. So I'll try and bring it to a stop. Yes, we managed that. Put it in neutral. Brakes on, hazards off, and power off. I'll open the doors. Right. The mega-decker is the only... I'll try and open the seat. There we go. The mega-decker is the only 110-seater bus in Britain. Now it's got room for about 7 people standing, 44 on the lower deck, and if I go up the stair, there's room for 66 people sitting down on the upper deck. Now, it's about 11.2 metres long, 4.2 metres high, and when everybody's sitting down comfortably, it weighs something like 11 tonnes. Now, all these buses are built in Britain, but unfortunately most of them tend to go abroad. Maybe it's because the roads in Britain just aren't big enough to take them. But there's one problem. If you're sitting comfortably at the back enjoying the journey, you've got an awful long way to get off.
John, we're waiting for you.
I'm coming.
We've got a little daffodil for you.
Yeah, we're going to celebrate St David's Day. Here you are.
And that's why we're wearing our daffodils. Well, to celebrate in style and to play us out, we're lucky enough to have the South Welsh Constabulary, the band and corps of drums of that group, and they'll be playing a melody of tunes called The Welshman.
Yeah, we'll be back on Monday with the story of the scientists who changed our lives.
And you can see my report from Northern Ireland Cat Club show in Lisbon, and I'll be there this weekend. So if you're in the area, please come along.
So have yourselves a great weekend, and from Studio One here, we're going to wish you goodbye. But first of all, it's time to cue the Welshman.
Bye-bye.